Welcome to my first episode with The Real with Ray. I'm excited to have you guys here, whether you stumbled across my podcast or you've been following me. I'm super excited to show you guys what I have in store for you. This new and improved podcast with good energy, good vibes, and just talking about real life things that we go through. Let's be real. Life is messy, life is beautiful, life is sometimes weird. And that's exactly why I'm starting this podcast. The Real with Ray is going to be a safe place for people to come on and talk about real life experiences they've been through. I know myself have a long story of real life experiences. And I just wanted to create a podcast where everyone feels comfortable to tell their story because you don't know how your story will affect the next person. So we're going to be unfiltered, unpolished, and unapologetically real, okay? We're keeping it 100% real on here. I'm not going to sit here and bash anybody or. Okay, we'll get on to that. We'll dive into topics about self growth, relationships, careers, being a mom, being a single mom at that, mental health, postpartum, because I have postpartum is a lot for a lot of women. But this podcast isn't just going to be for women. I would bring a dad on and talk about his experience of dealing with having to comfort his wife or his significant other during postpartum. So it's not just going to be women, it's going to be men, women, um, whoever wants to come on here and tell their story. Some episodes will be solo, just me talking with you guys. Some episodes I will bring people on to talk about their experiences in life, what they're going through, how they've learned to get through it, and, just going to be a good time. But on today's episode, I'm kind of just going to set the vibe. I'm going to talk a little bit about me, where I'm at in life, where I want this podcast to go, what to expect. So I'm really excited. If you're watching, keep watching because I have a lot of good things coming your way. But to start off, I'm Ray. Reagan is my government name, but I really go by Ray. I'm a mom, I'm creative, I'm an entrepreneur, a recovering people pleaser, and a truth teller. You know, I know for these past couple of years, I've hurt a lot of people, and I'm on the journey of building that trust back with those people, being authentically me, because for the past couple of years, I have not been myself, you know. I've been painting this picture of a happiness that was not happy. But like I said, I'm not going to come on here and necessarily bash people because I had someone come to me and say, you need to create positive content. And that's definitely like it spoke to me. I want to create uplifting content. I want people to come on here and uplift other people. I mean, it's not that we're not going to talk about the bad, and I'm going to be very transparent. If asked, I will tell my truth, but I'm not going to come on here and name call people. You know, a lot of people, if you've watched my social media or been around me, I was married, which I'm now divorced. So I'm a single mom. And okay, don't come at me if I cry because I'm an emotional girly. I express my emotions and I am like, love me or hate me, I don't care. But yeah, for the past couple of years, I have not been myself. I've been, a recovering people pleaser. I've tried to please other people that never deserved what I had to offer. And it took me a long time. And I hurt a lot of people in the process. And I have to, deal with that hurt that I've caused other people and figure out how I'm going to build their trust back. And yeah, So we're here now. The first step is acknowledging the situation you're in is not a good situation and getting out, especially if you have young children. I have two kids, a 1 year old and a 2 year old. Oh my gosh. Shout out to the moms with two under two because you guys need to check in on them. Check in on them moms with two under two because we are struggling a little, okay? Our kids love each other one day and then hate each other the next day. So it's a roller coaster, but it's a beautiful journey. And I'm so excited to show you guys the journey I've been on. I will speak on one thing. I will say this. To anyone that was involved with hurting me, I forgive you. I hope you can learn from what you've done to someone else and you don't do that to someone else. Because I know what I went through, and see, this is where I'm gonna start crying. What I went through, I never deserved, especially when it came to my family and other women being with my husband. And you knew about me, and like, if you were me, you wouldn't want that done to you. So I just hope that we all can heal from this. And I know I'm taking the right step forward to forgive a lot of people that had a lot to do with a lot of hurt I've dealt with. Um, and I just hope that they can heal from that because I know I'm healing and I don't want to hold any more hate towards anyone because I've held on to a lot of hate. Like, and it still comes back. Some days I'll just sit there and be like, "Ooh, like what? Why would you do that? Like, why would you ever do that to someone?" And then, like, you don't know what they were going through. You don't know what they were being told. You don't know the manipulation that was a part of it. So I just want to say, if any of you, because you know who you are, and like I said, I'm not going to name drop, I'm not going to bash anybody, that I definitely forgive you. And I hope that you find the peace you need within yourself, like I am with myself. And there's no bad blood. Like, if I see you, I'm not gonna run up on you because, girl, I'm a single mom. My kids are all I have. So I'm definitely not risking my livelihood for anyone, especially over, you know, that situation. But anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. A lot of things have changed in my life. I kind of took a 3-month break and just got myself together because I needed that mental break. When you're in a situation, sometimes you just have to step away and give yourself a break. And fortunately, like, I have people in my life that help me do that, and forever, like, love you guys. And I know I have a lot of work to do building that trust back with certain people, and I'm putting in the work, okay? Because those people never, just like I never deserved what I went through, some people that I did, I didn't do well to, or I ended relationships with due to a certain someone. I hope that you'll forgive me one day and we can move past this and, you know, have a great journey in life together. I will also speak on, as you may know, my old podcast was called The Boss Lady Talk, which, was kind of a part of my past life. And I've kind of just X'd out everything from that part of my life because that's just not who I was. So I want to show everyone who I am and the great person I am and the good energy I bring. And yeah, so I revamped it. It's just me now, the real, because I just want to talk about real things, real life things that people go through, not in a negative context, but in a context that'll help other people. Because I know I'm not the only woman who's been through the stuff that I've been through. So I hope me sharing my story in a positive manner will help other women, get away from the negativity, get away from the abuse, get away from just the toxic energy that drains the life out of you. Um, so that's why we're here now. And I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys like this one better. I mean, I love the Boss Lady Talk, and I'm still going to bring on women. It was like a women empowerment thing. But I was like, how am I going to sit here and call me a women empowerment when I'm putting myself through the stuff I'm putting myself through? So I sat down because I really was going to bring the Boss Lady Talk back. I sat down and I said, who are you, Ray? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to, accomplish in life? How do you want to help people? And I came to this, talking about real life situations and, telling my story to help other women, young men, kind of navigate through life. Because some people don't have a support system, and I want to be that support system for you guys. Because I have cards now. They're cute. They're cute. So I wrote some notes down on like trying to, you know, keep on track because I can go left field real quick. Um, but yeah, so I want this to be a place, a safe place for people to tell their story. We can laugh, we can cry, we can get angry, but turning that anger into a positive thing. I've learned to channel my anger in other places. One being working out. Like I notice like when I work out, I'm a lot less like on edge. I'm a lot less sitting there thinking about things that, in the past have hurt me. You just heal from it. You just got to let it go. So, and I'll be bringing people on here too to talk about, their experiences in their life. Um, so some things you should expect from me. Push I'm gonna push to drop episodes every 2 weeks. Real stories, real people, real conversation, and no fake vibes. Cause we're real over here. We're talking about real life things. Again, in a positive way. Cause I don't want to sit here and bash people. That's just not what I want to do. I think like you have to live with what you've done to other people. I have to live with what I've done to people. And the people that have done things with me have to live with that. And I hope they heal from that. And I hope that they do not do it again. Because do not. Just don't. Like, don't. Be better, please. If I can sit here and try to be better with everything that I went through, then you can definitely sit there and be better with everything that you need to be better with. Whether you're listening in the car, cleaning the house, or just need a second away from the chaos, because if you're a mom, I understand you. I understand you. Sometimes my biggest thing I do is shout out Kaylee because she taught my son this, because my son he has big emotions, very big emotions, and I love him for it. I'm not going to ever not allow, because he's a boy, to share his emotions. So we do 1, 2, 3. Just take a deep breath. Because when you start getting flustered, your brain starts getting fogged up. And then you're just going to sit there and go in circles and circles and circles. So don't forget to take that deep breath. Shout out Kaylee. But my goal with each episode is to feel a little more grounded, a little more inspired, and a lot more you. Because I know in a world we live in with social media, with just people just being nasty, like people are just really mean sometimes. And it can get really hard and it can get really overwhelming. So I hope when you watch me or you come on my podcast, you feel a little more like yourself. You feel like your story is being heard, because everyone's story is important. No matter what, it's important. It can help someone. So I hope you watching me or you coming on here, gives you a little more of yourself back. Especially being a mom, which I'm going to have an episode on motherhood, and I'm probably going to keep bring a couple moms on here, and we're going to talk about, you lose a lot of yourself in motherhood, in a good way and sometimes in a bad way, because moms, we want to just be the best for our kids. So if that means me putting something that I want aside to make sure my kids are okay, then that's what I'm going to do. But sometimes we have to learn to, make those boundaries. Even with our children, we have to make boundaries with family, with relationships, with our kids, because we can't forget about ourselves. But that's just a little rundown on what to expect. Um, I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited to show you guys who I really am. A lot of you have known me or started following me on social media. Now, hey, I got some real people out there that have known me from way back when, and they know me, and I've just gotten a lot of positive feedback from making the steps I have made recently in my life to being who I used to be. And that was, walking into a room and making people feel good. So I'm super excited to bring you guys on this journey. I'm super excited to bring other people on here and tell them, for them to tell their stories. And I hope you guys continue to follow me and give me feedback. I want to hear from you all too. I want to hear your comments. No negativity, okay? We're positive energy over here. We're trying to stay positive. So if you have anything negative to say, then just go in the bathroom and say it to yourself. You know what? That's what you need to do. If you have anything negative to say, you need to go in the mirror and look at yourself and say it to yourself and see how that makes you feel. And if that does not make you feel good, then do not do that to someone else. Okay? Just leave it at that. But follow me, share my content. I have a lot of great episodes coming up. The next being the power of starting over. And I might bring someone on for that one. I'm not gonna say who yet. But you guys probably know her. But I might ask her to come on. Cause yeah, she's the real one. So I'm not gonna give too much away, because if I say anything more, then you guys are gonna know who it is. But it's gonna be the power of starting over, because that is something that's really hard. Especially when you have kids, taking that leap of faith to say enough is enough, and I'm gonna start my life over. That's where I'm at right now. It's not easy, but you can do it, and so we're gonna talk about it. So you won't want to miss that one. Until then, I want you guys to stay real, stay grounded, and stay true to yourself. This is The Real with Ray, and I'll see you next time. Bye.